If you are buying a car in Nigeria and you are thinking at the back of your mind that you want to sell this car very soon or sometime soon, then there are some car brands you should not touch, and this is because they have very bad resale value. These car brands are proven to either be unreliable, have parts that are difficult to source for, are dysfunctional to drive in these parts of the world, or are very expensive to acquire and maintain. Once you buy these cars and use them, all the hype, all the juice around these cars just start to disappear, and they will offer you ridiculous sums of money for these cars that will get you very upset. This is 234 Drive, and we are counting down the top 7 cars with the worst resale values in Nigeria. 7. Volkswagen. I know it feels weird having this car brand on the list, especially since this was one of the hottest cars in Nigeria back in the day. But since the early 2000s, when they released the 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, there was a downward spiral in their resale value. Cars like the Passat and the Jetta would often develop crazy electrical issues and gearbox problems. Their value just kept dropping because of how unreliable they got, and all the experienced technicians couldn't keep up with all their advanced tech in the Volkswagen. In Nigeria of today, you can buy a neat 2015 Passat for just 3.5 million naira. And that is the same price as a 2010 Toyota Corolla. Just imagine. This means the Passat is 5 years behind in resale value against the Corolla. Their SUVs are having it even worse. Cars like the Touareg and the Tiguan experience a 50% slash once they are used. 6. The Audi. The Audi is literally that car that nobody wants just because of one particular question. Who will maintain it? To begin with, most Audis run on premium petrol that can be accessed in Nigeria. The Audi also has a very complex electrical and mechanical system that most technicians do not understand, which makes it hard to repair when it has a fault. I think you should note that the parts are not actually hard to come by, but Tokumbo parts will fail you, and getting OEM parts will cost you a lot of money. Nobody wants an Audi except for a car enthusiast that just wants the luxury that comes with it. The sound system, the interiors, the design. They are not slacking on these parts, of course. 5. The Range Rover. You want to know what's crazy? Even the British know that the Range Rover is the most unreliable SUV as it gets older. And the resale value of a car depends on how well it ages. The moment there's a problem with the Range Rover and you are trying to sell it, Nigerians will offer you less than half of what the car is originally worth. The rich Nigerians love the Range Rover, but there's a trend. Once their car starts to approach the age of 10 years, they will dispose it and they'll buy a new one. That is because the cost of maintenance is no longer realistic compared to how much the car was worth when they first bought it. So they'll rather dump the old one and get a new one and enjoy themselves. A 2010 Nigerian used Range Rover costs around 5 to 7 million naira with no visible fault too. But the moment you buy that car, you are first going to spend 1 million naira on the shocks alone. Very crazy stuff. 4. The Jaguar. The Jaguar is another British car that Nigerians just don't rate because, first of all, most of their models look way more expensive than they actually are. Like, how do I explain that this is a 2 million naira car? How do you want to explain to someone that the amount that you bought this Camry is the same amount that you used to buy this Jaguar XJ, which is even supercharged? Crazy. Also, the Jaguars are very unreliable in Nigeria because they are made by the same company that makes the Range Rover. Before we move on to number 3, don't forget to like, comment, and share, because that's the only way we can grow. Thank you. Number 3, Pontiac, Fiat, Saab. All these unfamiliar brands. Most cars that are alien in Nigeria don't do well with their resale value because nobody knows them. For instance, the only Pontiac that is doing well in Nigeria is the Pontiac Vibe, and that is because everybody knows it is the same thing as the Toyota Matrix. And we all know the Toyota Matrix is a tank. So when buying all these unfamiliar brands like the Seat, Fiat, Pontiac, SsangYong, Holden, just know that whatever they give you, you will collect when you're trying to sell it, because nobody knows these cars. Number 2, the BMW. We have told you the issues of owning a BMW in Nigeria on this our channel. And if you have not watched that video, make sure you do so right now. Go and watch it, that's the cocoa. Yes, the BMW is the ultimate driving machine if you own one. But most Nigerians are even scared to own one because of the maintenance and how much it will cost and all the problems it will give them. The BMW E90 is about 2 million naira to acquire in Nigeria. Meanwhile, its rival from the Benz family, the C300, costs around 4 million naira. The BMW has a very bad reputation for reliability in Nigeria, and because of that, the resale value keeps dropping. The only people who know its worth are the BMW enthusiasts. Even though they are still very scarce, to be honest. About a year ago, a car dealer friend of mine wanted to sell a BMW S6M for 4 million naira because the car had an engine issue. On a normal day, that car is worth about 15 million naira, if not more self. Yeah, but because of the issue and the check engine light always being on, he had to sell it for that particular price. Number one, all supercars. Bugatti, Koenigsegg, Lamborghini, Pagani, McLaren, you name them. Nobody's paying you what these cars are worth in Nigeria because they are very impractical. Look at our roads. Where do you want to drive a Lamborghini Aventador to? At our roads. Be honest. Would you drive a Ferrari in Lagos Road or on Lagos roads? I know a lot of people that have supercars rotting away in their garages because nobody wants to buy them for what they are worth, which is very painful. The moment you are buying a supercar in Nigeria, just know that the chances of you getting the value for that car is quite slim. Only if you are buying 1 out of 5 special editions, and even that one safe, chances of you getting a buyer that will buy it for its worth is like 1 out of 50. So think carefully before buying a supercar in Nigeria. We might have forgotten to add 1 or 2 cars on this list. That's where you come in. So please tell us, what cars did I leave out? Yeah, tell us in the comment section. Thank you. This is Fugazi of 234 Drive. See you again.